This is the mother of podcasts. We are thrilled to embark on this journey with you. This podcast is a safe space where we celebrate the beauty and chaos of motherhood, exploring the triumphs, tribulations, and taboo topics that come with it. From the little superstitions that you followed or questioned during your pregnancy to parenting gentle or not, and everything in between. We'll delve into the diverse experiences of women from all walks of life. Whether you're a mom or a mom to be, or simply a woman with a story to share, this podcast is for you. So grab a cup of coffee, put on your comfiest shoes, and let's dive into the messy, magnificent world of motherhood together.
I'm Soumya and I'm joined today by the incredible Apurva. And here's Raskin, by the way. Anyway, so Apurva is not just incredible because she's a mother of an amazing, mindful 6-year-old daughter, but also because of her incredible journey from being a corporate person, a corporate lady, to helping hundreds of women with her wellness journey and with her mindful wellness journey. She also runs a yoga studio in Delhi, and she's joined us today to share a part of her story, a part of her birthing story, and let's see what all can we get a lot of pearls of wisdom from her. Welcome to the show, Apurva.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Soumya. And hello, everyone.
Apurva, to start with, tell us something about yourself, your background.
Okay.
How have you reached where you are? What has it taken to reach here where you are?
Thank you so much. I think they always say life happens to you. I believe that you must take the best when life happens to you, because they all talk about the negative sufferings and every challenge that we go through in a very bad light. But I think we should be grateful to all the sufferings and the negative happenings that happen to us, to give the best of experiences in life, and to so honestly, where I am today is all because of those challenges that I went through, and I became a yoga teacher and a wellness coach because of all those circumstances. So my journey with yoga was from a very small age. I was around 6 years old when I started practicing with my mother, with respect to postures only. But the spiritual side of yoga came to me after my illness, when I was diagnosed with a very severe clinical depression, one of the forms called manic disorder or bipolar disorder in 2008, where I almost lost my, I forgot who I am. I forgot my own personality. It's like a sort of a personality disorder where you are living like someone else. You completely erase that memory out of your conscious mind. And it was a very difficult time for me and my family, because the doctors had said that, you've practically lost your daughter. She is not the same and life won't be the same for her anymore. So bipolar being such a scary term, manic disorder being such a scary term, everybody in my family got really scared, my brother, that if I'll be able to live a normal life again. But then my doctor said, I was helped and treated by Dr. Sameer Parekh. He's India's one of the most famous psychiatrists in 2008. So he said that, you should not quit practicing yoga. You should continue yoga even if the medications are happening. So he said it would be helping you a lot in getting better.
Yeah.
And this time, yoga helped me, like in 2009, 8 and 9, it helped me so much that the medication that had to be carried forward for around years, 3-4 years, it got okay in 8 to 9 months only. And the side effects of the medicines also were taken away by yoga. So this time yoga was not just postures for me. This time it was life transformational, because it literally saved me, gave me a new life. And at that time, when I started coming back on my feet, I did my first professional course in 2009. I did my first diploma in 2009. But at that time, society had that taboo that being a yoga teacher, you won't be able to earn well, do anything big, or because it's an unconventional profession. So I tried corporate industry, but I was still teaching yoga part-time. I did not quit yoga. but still Monday to Fridays, weekdays I used to go to office at Gurgaon. I was working as a PR executive, and some great brands were helping me survive as a corporate employee, but the life was not very good. I was not happy. So one day, suddenly, my friends told me that, you teach yoga so good, you love doing it. So why not take it further? Why not start taking it professionally? So at that time, everybody in my family, everyone was like, "Are you mad? You are a PR executive in MBA. You are doing so good. You're going to teach yoga." Everybody looks down upon this profession. People will call you failure, a loser, that you've quit. So I was like, okay, it's okay. But even if I start with 500 rupees, I have to start with yoga because that makes me feel alive. I enjoy. And then there was no looking back. I started teaching as a freelancer. I started teaching to different people as a personal trainer. But then 2013, my father said that I don't like you traveling to different places teaching when we have a space of our own. So he gave me a very small room to start teaching yoga, like a small hall kind of a space where only 4 or 5 students maximum used to come in 2013. And I started teaching. And with the help of power of manifestation, law of attraction, lot of laws, lot of visualizations and writing affirmations, the studio with a small room became half of a floor. Like we covered the half floor in a year. Then in 2 years, the entire floor was covered. And then in 4 years, I opened my second branch, and 2 branches came in 2020 and 21. Though because of COVID, we had to shut the second branch. However, like I did not look back after I began with teaching yoga to the students in studio.
Wow.
So yeah, today with yoga, a lot of things have added. Reiki happened. I did research in Kundalini yoga with someone who's uh, from Bihar School of Yoga Munger, from the original part of Kundalini yoga. Then I did classical yoga, Hatha yoga. Went to Mysore, did learning with the world's global yoga guru Bharat Shetty sir. Did training with him. Then did training with the global gurus like Padam Shri, Bharat Bhushan Ji, Acharya Pratishtha, and all of that was just an amazing and beautiful journey. But recently, from last 3 years, post 2021, I started to become learn and get training in therapy. With therapy with respect to hypnotherapy and NLP, past life regression, inner child healing, reparenting. So reparenting, with reparenting, it's not about parenting, it's reparenting the mothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I did a reparenting therapist course.
What is this about? Dive a little
It's
bit into
about
it.
it's reparenting is about inner child healing
Okay.
and knowing your own child or own self, because the concept of a happy mother leads to a happy child, or a happy child is a reflection of a happy mother, comes from that. Like if you are not happy, so why are you not happy? There must be some certain things. So we take the things to childhood of the mother, and then all of those things come up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you're doing like
So,
proper classes of this reparenting.
so reparenting I take in my retreats.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds
And
quite interesting. Yeah.
yeah, so and then NLP happened. I'm an NLP coach. So NLP changed my life's game and therapies
Yeah.
completely.
NLP for
So
references neuro linguistic programming, right?
yes, neuro linguistic programming.
It's
It
basically
is like
telling
a
yourself.
brain programming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a game changer.
Yeah.
Absolute game changer. Because everything that happens around in our circumstances can be managed, controlled, and monitored by our brain.
Right.
So that's what helped me in taking therapies of very difficult depression cases, anxiety cases.
Wow.
And I work with mainly mothers. I work
Okay.
mainly with mothers and housewives also. And there are a lot of issues where we are working on. And I feel that housewives are the ones who are really working hard. They are working full time. So their emotional needs are not met many times. So we try and give our best here at the studio.
Wow, beautiful. Um, I don't think 35 minutes would ever do justice to all the branches of things that you're doing. But yes, just for the sake of this discussion and having you here,
Yes.
I know you've found out time for us. So
No worries.
just for the sake of this discussion, let's I want to hear about your birth story to start
Okay.
with. All right, your child's birth story. I've heard that you've had quite a long labor, and
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. And it was absolutely, I would say the first few hours were amazing. First 8 to 9 hours were amazing because the entire pregnancy was beautiful for me, except that in 6th month of my pregnancy, I had developed a issue called coccydynia, where my tailbone had kind of tilted ahead, where it created a lot of pain. Otherwise, throughout my pregnancy, from first time trimester to third, I was doing yoga, cardio, aerobics, weight training. I was doing everything. But the best thing that I learned was hypnosis during my pregnancy. I trained under a therapist who was training me on hypnobirthing. Hypnobirthing. Yeah, so hypnobirthing is an American concept from a hypnotherapist called Mary Mongan. So she had brought this concept in the 1970s in US for natural delivery and helping women with labor. So my case was very different. That it was 31st January 2018 when my labor started naturally, and when the mucus plug broke, I knew that it's time to go to the hospital, and I got myself admitted. And at that time, I was trained in hypnobirthing because I had taken birth preparation classes along with Lamaze. So for the first initial, I would say 8 to 10 hours, I was able to manage a lot of surges. In hypnobirthing, we call contractions as surges. So a lot of contractions with the hypnosis, with the script that I was following in that audio. And first few hours, like I think 8 to 9 hours, I was not feeling any pain of the contractions because of hypnosis. However, when the morning came at 8 a.m. And 9 a.m., because it started in the evening, like 31st January, 6 o'clock the contractions began, and it continued till the next day. So 8 a.m., I remember my doctor calling me and checking on me. Are you okay? Are you fine? Isn't it taking too long? It's too much. So the medical side of the thing, like birthing process, they always want to see. And my doctor is amazing, Dr. Poonam. She's like a buddy, a best buddy for me, and she's a yoga student as well. So she didn't take me as a client or patient. She took me like a friend. All her people in the team knew that I am a yoga teacher, so they were taking care of me like amazingly. So she said that, Apurva, I don't know how to do a C-section. I don't know how to do a cesarean. So you have to bear with me. So keep doing your hypnobirthing until the time it doesn't bother you. I think it was around 9 or 10 when the contractions began, like extremely painful, where I was losing my patience. Then they asked me to take an epidural, and I took an epidural then, just for a limited period. But then that delayed the birthing process. And when that happened, it took me afternoon. So I was lost, like, because the epidural delays the
Thank God
birthing
you said
process.
something normal about having a natural birth, because so far you made it sound like so easy.
No, not at all. Like
You've
first
got to
10
you've
hours
got
were
to
very
tell
easy.
women how to do that, by the way.
Yes, I am propagating that very, very much because see, I always say every pregnancy is different, every birth experience is different because every woman's body is different, every woman is different. So I had manifested a normal delivery, but the kind of birthing I had, the HOD of Fortis, Dr. Sunita Verma told me, Apurva, this was a C-section case. This happened normally, that's like wow, but it was not easy because till afternoon I was tired, exhausted, and I was like, okay, bus, now I want to get free. I don't have life in me anymore. And 2:34 my daughter was born, but she was tired. She was also tired. So they had applied a bit of pressure with vacuum. They did not pull her with vacuum, just a little pressure. Because her shoulders were pretty wide and her head size was also very big. So even now, if I have to buy her clothes, I have to bring one big size because of the head. So she was like, she's crowning. I can see your baby, but बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है. तो let me think of an alternative. But मुझे C section नहीं आता. She clearly said मुझे C section आता ही नहीं. और मैंने कहा आप जो करना है करो. I surrender. So she brought it. But somehow later on, I felt that it was too much for my baby. It was too much of a struggle for her to be born, and it was too much of struggle. It was like I won a war, I won a battle, and it was absolutely like a Three Idiot scene. Two nurses here. I one vacuum there. It was just like a Bollywood movie, and all the nurses were like, why don't you shout? Why are you not shouting? तुम्हारा बच्चा पैदा हो रहा है, तुम चिल्ला नहीं रही हो. All the Kerala nurses, and I'm like, sorry, कैसे? नहीं आता. Because I was trained in hypnobirthing. We were trained to breathe out and focus only on the breath and conserve your
Channelize the energy
there.
there.
Yes, and not to shout. So that creates more tension and anxiety in the body. But when I received my daughter, it was a beautiful emotional moment, very, very emotional moment.
And how is she now? She's 6 years old, and I know a little bit that she's quite mindful, right? How is she now? Does she follow her mom and her?
Sorry, I have to interrupt. Our baby,
Chandan.
My son and Apurva's daughter, they share birthdays.
Yeah. Oh,
wow!
Yes.
First Feb.
Yes. Both Aquarians.
Aquarians, yeah. So
this one is a 12th February.
Yeah,
wow.
He's also an Aquarian.
Amazing. So very, very active, touch wood, and very, very, I would say creative. Very creative, and so much that she questions us at things which become very difficult for us to answer. So, and yeah, a child who loves to be in nature all the time and wants to be in nature mostly. So, all of that yoga that I did in pregnancy, especially chakra yoga and kundalini yoga, all of that gave her so much of energy that sometimes it becomes difficult how to channelize that. Yeah.
I remember you once saying to me in the class, so I've joined late, and those who don't know, Apurva is my yoga teacher, and we have been together since 2019, and it was a blessing to found her during the lows of my physical health. So I remember you saying one thing during our class that, mothers who are very active or do yoga or any kind of exercise during their pregnancies, they have like super active childs. And I feel the same with Kabir. He's always on the move. He doesn't keep quiet even for one moment. He keeps asking questions like, क्यों है? कैसा है? ऐसे क्यों है?
कैसा है?
हाँ, ऐसा क्यों है? आप क्या कर रहे हो? ये क्या कर रहे हैं? So it's like non-stop questioning whole day long until he sleeps.
And this one chooses to answer each question. So that is why it's actually exhausting.
I try to answer all his questions. But when I'm like super tired and exhausted, I'm like, ये मम्मा को नहीं आता.
नहीं आता, नहीं पता. I always transfer the question to the father. पापा से पूछो.
Already, with like, on a daily basis, you've been interacting with so many women, right? And women in those very vulnerable phases, prenatal, postnatal, during pregnancy. I think they're some of the most vulnerable phases of a woman's life, right? I want you to tell everyone actually, how have you seen the pregnancy journey of a modern woman evolve, or rather, let's say, expecting journey, or maybe postnatal journey? Take us from take us from a time from a do women like who are wanting to get pregnant come to you for
Yes, a lot, a lot, a lot. Yeah.
so
So
take us from
by
there
grace
to
of
postnatal and how
yes,
and more than physical, I want you to tell us the mental challenges that they're facing today.
hmm,
Please
okay.
take us through that.
So sure. So by the grace of God, I think it's blessing that my studio is blessed. People who come with fertility concerns, they conceive. And recently, a student of ours got conceived in just a month, which was like who was trying for almost a year or two, but she was unable to. But here, in a month's time of yoga, meditation, affirmations, and practice of gratitude, and all those things, she managed to conceive very well. And there have been some people who are with us from the time of conception to delivery. So I've seen that the change in their mental health is considerably huge, because I've seen even the most calmest of all becoming anxious, worried, and scared reaching third trimester. So our work was always during pregnancy. Our work is still always that we maintain their calm. So that's what I help in with therapy sessions. So we give them hypno birthing sessions, include hypnosis with therapy along with yoga classes, and the prenatal therapy sessions were really beneficial, because some of them came with the feedback that they had a natural birth. One of my students had a natural birth in just, I think, 1 hour. She delivered in an hour, and one of the batchmates delivered in 3 hours. So, as I said, my own birth journey took so much of time, and my students, like, they were like this quick, and they said our kids had they wanted to be born very soon. So, I feel it's a lot about mindset. And the modern woman that you term as the working independent woman, yes, I've seen the issues coming post delivery. With them, I've seen major issues post delivery, because see, uh, in India now, in urban India, we all live in the 10% population of urban India, where women are raised, girls are raised in accordance to, not less than boys. They will be studying, they'll be preparing themselves to be financially independent and walk head to head with the man. So the masculine side also develops so much that they uh, have ambitions, they have dreams of their career, of their goals, all of those things. And when they conceive, and when they deliver, pregnancy is still easy and smooth. But when they deliver and the baby is in their arms, then the reality hits them. Oh, okay. I am no more the same person. I am not looked after. Everybody's worried about the baby. I cannot go to work. I cannot go to washroom. I cannot go to the events. I cannot do this. So what happens is that sudden shift of that working, ambitious, career-centered, career-oriented woman comes to a absolute change of, oh my God, now I have to be only a mother. Right now I'm only a mother. So what happens is that uh, it's very difficult for a lot of women I've met and trained to accept the reality. Acceptance is something that takes time. And if you've not done yoga, honestly, if you've not done yoga in your pregnancy, you are very prone to postpartum depression. Most of the students who trained with us, they did not complain of postpartum depression, because there were different tools that were taught to them, breathing or different types of exercises. And we always told them that we are just a message away. If you are going through any issue, please talk to us. So the postpartum depression cases that came to me, recently, two cases I worked on. One of the cases stretched to 2 years. 2 years. And she was ignored so badly by her family, because she's an author, she's a writer, very talented person, suddenly asked to live a certain way, to take care of the kids, to take care of the house, and to absolutely stop that creativity in her. So when that happens, I think the creative side of a woman, when that gets off, she's bound to get upset and sad. So when I gave birth and when I held Advita in my arms, um, I'll be very honest. First 2 months were not easy at all, because I had this pressure, I had this ego that, oh, I'm unable to do this pose, this yoga asana. I'm unable to do a full split. I'm unable to go in a forward pancake pose. I'm unable to touch my toes. I'm unable to do this. Oh my God, I've gained so much weight. So many things. But then yoga helps you stay mindful. So it gave me mindfulness that, it's okay. Let's go slow. It took you 1 year to gain so much of weight. It will go gradually and you will be back. So yeah, it was fine and it happened easily.
We have seen Apurvadi teaching this, like chanting it almost to every mother who comes to the studio that, you've taken 1 year to create a human being. So be nice and kind to your body.
To yourself, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And she's a propagator of your
message
statement. She's been telling that to me and to every other pregnant mom ever since. It's taken 9 months to do this. It's not going to go away in 1 month.
It's right. It's absolutely right. Because see, everybody wants to be Alia Bhatt, no? Everybody wants to be Alia Bhatt, Kareena Kapoor, but come on, I would rather.
But the thing is,
be
Alia Bhatt
Aishwarya
and
Rai.
Kareena. So the reality is Alia Bhatt and Kareena Kapoor are earning through that. Okay, it's
So
their
is
profession.
Aishwarya, Soumya. So is Aishwarya.
Yeah.
But I adore her, respect her for what she did for her child, for the way she was not running after losing weight, and because she knew that she had to be with her child. I followed the same thing.
And also it also has to do a lot with privilege, right? Having a lot of support system around you to do that is also a big factor. You cannot just like look at somebody on a screen and say, okay, they went from point A to point B, but you are supposed to see their environment at the same time.
No, Soumya, but my manager gets calls like, मुझे ना करीना कपूर जितना वेट कम करना है, वो पोस्ट प्रेगनेंसी जैसे वो पतले हो गए, आलिया भट्ट ने भी तो किया ना पोस्ट डिलीवरी, हम क्यों नहीं कर सकते? अरे, they have a team of nutritionists, they have a team of trainers, they own a gym, they have every damn facility right on their one step. So how can you compare to be like that? And सब कुछ weight loss नहीं होता भाई, mind से खुश होना भी तो होता है ना, वो तो देखता ही नहीं है कोई. And trust me, you cannot lose weight unless you are happy. You won't be able to lose a single kg if you are not happy. Mind is everything.
True. I agree. This is a message to a lot of girls who try to do that. Yep. True. And I know that you are in Delhi. You are in the thick of actually a mix of all sorts of women together, right? You will have housewives, you will have working women come in. All right. So many of them. So do societal pressure and expectations, do you see that kind of pressure affecting decisions that these women make? I'm talking about all these the bigger pool of women, actually. The expectations of others, the expectations of what the family is expecting from them.
Yes, a lot.
Okay.
So women are being pressurized, some of them, I would not say everybody, some women, there are some women coming from certain families, big business families, extremely filthy rich, who are pressurized to not even attend their yoga class, who are told that you will not do yoga class because 1 hour who will take care of the home, who will take care of the kitchen. Damn it, you've not married your son with a maid. She is someone who is a person who has her own dreams, her own wishes, her own choices. You can't expect everything. In fact, one of the cases, a family member completely stopped the woman from coming and attending yoga classes because it was a time and money waste, as she's not doing anything creative there. No construction, no constructive work there. It's a time waste and money waste. So they are expected to be good to their husband, be good to their in-laws, be a 24/7 caretaker for their child. See, a mother obviously is more than like more than giving to her child. But when such things are imposed from the external sources, and I would not even say external, the family itself, they start expecting that you are the one who has to take care, and then they keep pressurizing. I feel pressure comes on women who are unable to conceive, and they keep pressurizing them and putting them that under, no, you have to conceive, you have to conceive. It's been 2 years, it's been 3 years, it's been 4 years. We need a pota, we need a poti. So I see that a lot. Like they come with a lot of depression and they start crying when they talk about conception and they share things with me. They start crying. And one of the cases where a woman backed out from my yoga classes because I told her it might take 2 to 3 months. She wanted like a IVF treatment sort of a thing with yoga, that it becomes magic, that you'll conceive in a day.
It's so sad now, living in here in 2024, and these things are still happening. It's really sad to hear all these stories, or you are interacting with these women every day. And
so we talked about the challenges, we talked about what they're facing. What do you think can families and friends and an environment do for an expecting mom or trying to conceive mom or a postpartum mom to make her life better, and in the same effort make the baby's life better? Because I'm sure that doing not treating the woman right is directly in proportion to not treating the baby right. Correct. So what can friends and family do and the environment do to make it better? Let's start with trying to conceive moms.
Okay, so trying to conceive moms will conceive once they are very happy, once they don't have any pressure on their head, once they do not have a clock ticking on their head कि इतने साल हैं, 30 साल से पहले conceive कर लोगे तो healthy बच्चा पैदा होगा, उसके बाद करोगे तो problems होंगी. So let's stop putting pressure on them and stop giving them the timelines that they need to conceive in this time. Second, those who are expecting, those who are pregnant, stop judging them. लड़का होगा यार, तेरी body की shape से तो देख के लग रहा है लड़का होगा, तेरी शक्ल ऐसी हो गई है, तेरे बाल ऐसे हो गए तो लड़का होगा. Why? And why everybody is talking about a male child? ठीक है? This thing. Third, when they deliver, please be compassionate to the mother. Please be very, very compassionate to the mother, because this woman who has just delivered a baby has gone through a huge trauma. The birth process, be it C-section, be it normal delivery or any form of delivery, is not easy. It's like a rebirth for the mother.
I know that there is no magic wand that can make you healthy, that can make a pregnant mom or a postpartum mom healthy. But if there was, let's say if there were 3 things that they could just like barely do these 3 things and keep sane during their pregnancy and postpartum, what are they?
Number 1, no fear. Because the moment you become a mother, you suddenly feel a change of so many emotions. All the bold, daring, powerful woman, all of that gets cooled down. And then suddenly that soft, emotional, overprotective, overpossessive person comes in. So I think fear is something that I wish if there was a magic wand that could erase and remove the word fear completely. The feeling, not just word, the feeling, that terror of, something might happen to my child, wala fear. That at night, waking up at night to check if the child is okay, to be overprotective, corners, table ke corners bacha ke rakhna, baby proof karna, all of that with so much of fear. I wish if there was a magic wand to remove all of that fear that I experienced, and most of the mother they do or they go through. Second thing that I would want is, yes, that I really, really wish this one, that all the women out there become more empathetic towards each other and stop calling each other as fat or you've gained so much. Oh, you look so heavy. कुछ ज़्यादा ही नहीं हो गया इस बार? Or I really, really wish that they become more empathetic and more compassionate, loving, and accepting of the women around them just the way they are, and understand that she has just given birth to a child, or even if not just, even if it's a year or 2 years, she's a mother, you know. So I wish if we could erase this judgment thing from the society completely. Third is this क्वेश्चन बाय सोसाइटी, दूसरा कब कर रहे हो, अभी कर लो, अभी कर लो, गैप कम रखा करो, दूसरा बच्चा कब
साथ में बड़े हो जाएंगे,
साथ में बड़े हो जाएंगे. So honestly, why would you want to bring a soul in life in the present system if you're not ready? Just because उसको company हो जाएगी. I am a single child by default. I lost my brother, so I am a single child. But honestly, I don't think I'm less in any sense, or I need anybody. I don't need anybody. All I need is uh, me to be very strong and independent, self-dependent, and very strong. That's it. So अकेले आए थे, अकेले जाना है, और ये ड्रामा क्यों होता है? इसको कंपनी दे दो, तुम सेल्फिश बन रहे हो, तुम अपने बॉडी को लेके, करियर को लेके सेल्फिश बन रहे हो, इसको तो बहन चाहिए ना, इसको तो भाई चाहिए ना, कोई तो होगा ना. In 2021 I saw कौन कौन कितना कहाँ था, you know. Yes, obviously there was family who helped, but I think I learned huge lessons that I am happy with one child, honestly. If I conceive with the second baby, it's all God's wish. But if I'm not ready mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, I'll not plan. Because spiritually also, when the mother is not ready at all and is being forced to bring and conceive, uh, and the baby is born, all the depression, all the trauma, all of that comes on the child. So yeah, these three things are very important.
Soumya, you're not audible.
Can't hear.
You're not
Can't hear.
audible. So, whatever you said is really beautiful, and I hope more and more
Thank
people
you.
listen to all of this. We'll try to share it as much as possible, so that women around us in general, even if they are not married yet, they have that mindset that everything in the future is going to be okay, because we as modern women were raised, we were just raised to be self-independent and financially independent. We were not prepared to be mothers.
Not at all.
On the call, we were discussing this, right? We were never in touch, especially me. हम लोग बहुत इसे glorify करते हैं. Okay, I was a tomboy as a child. I used to play basketball. I used to do this. मतलब, I used to glorify being like a boy. And I used to compete with boys that, okay, I am better than you. Okay. But then somewhere, we don't need this. We need more alignment with our feminine energy since quite younger years. So that ये जो crisis आता है ना, suddenly childbirth और pregnancy and motherhood के around, I think इस crisis की intensity थोड़ी सी कम हो जाएगी अगर थोड़ा और feminine side से हम लोग touch में रहेंगे. What do you think about it?
Do you know the latest research says PCOS is happening because women are losing their feminine side and more getting towards the masculine side because they wish to take the role like that.
Yeah.
So
because PCOS is a man's disease. It's the increasing of androgen in your body.
Testosterone. Yeah.
And androgen and testosterone, you get beard, you get male pattern baldness. So it's largely because you're becoming a man, and that is why you're having
Yeah.
PCOS.
Mm.
So, yeah. I wish if wishes were wishes, wishes would come true, but yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Apurvadi. But
Most
during this
welcome,
discussion, I've realized that there is a lot more that we can have a conversation with you on. I know you keep really busy, but then we're going to catch hold of you a few more times in the future.
Sure. Sure.
Thank you so much
I
for
would
joining
be
us.
happy. Thank you.
Thank
My
you
pleasure.
so much.
Thank you for
Thank
calling
you
me.
so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Dee.
Thank you. Bye.
Subscribe now and join our community of amazing mothers. Follow us on social media for more. Bye for now.